no longer God. God's always for me. God's never been an enemy to me. But it's no longer I go against God or His ways. Now I'm at peace with God. So the abundant life really is not salvation. What is it? Well, when do you get this abundant life? You say, well, when you come to church every Sunday, I walk away with abundant life. Well, is that when you get abundant life? When you just come to church Sunday after Sunday? And who is this abundant life for? We're going to answer these questions. You say, well, preach, it's for you. It's for people like you and leaders and teachers and what I would call mega Christians, right? It's you elite Christians. That's what the abundant life's for. No, no, no. It's not for just me. It's for all of us. And the abundant life should be the normal Christian life. Listen, we live such subnormal lives in the Christian world that if we were to live a normal Christian life, we'd look abnormal. Did y'all get that? I'm saying when we're on fire for God, people will look at you and think you're weird. They'll think you crazy. And so I want to tell you the normal Christian life is what it's all about. That's who can have it, every one of us. So why should I want it? You say, well, I'm saved. I'm on my way to heaven. Why do I need all this extra stuff you preach about? All this abundant stuff. Well, I want to ask you a few questions since you're saved. You ready? Number one, now that you're saved, are you happy? You say, well, I don't know about that. Well, do you have the peace of God? Not peace with God, but the peace of God. There's a big difference. You say, well, I can say I've got the peace of God. Good, maybe you can't. Are you overcoming habits and difficulties and problems? What about anger and bitterness and unforgiveness? You over that, right? You done moved on. You're no longer hung up or hung over. What about this? Do you feel that you please God and you feel God's pleasure? You go, well, now, there's some questions you ask that I can't really say legitimately that I have those things. Well, then you're not living the abundant life. I want to tell you some things that's bothered me and I've struggled with in my early years after becoming a Christian. One was this. I knew I was saved, but I didn't feel strong enough to overcome my weaknesses and deficiencies. I'm like, God, I know I'm saved. I know you love me, and I know I love you the best I know. I love you with all my heart. But God, I still got this same problem year 2, maybe year 3, year 4. I still got this same problem. Why do I have this same problem? And that always bothered me that I couldn't overcome. Saved, yes, but overcomer, not so much. Another thing that bothered me is I thought I had to feel like I was saved all the time. I just struggled with that. I'm like, I got to feel that I'm saved. I know that I'm saved in my head and I have assurance, but why don't I feel saved? Why don't I always feel happy or feel like I have God's pleasure and that I'm saved? And I think that all of us in here today can relate to those two things, can't we? You probably all have kind of felt like, yeah, I don't feel saved all the time. I might feel like choking somebody all the time, but I don't feel saved all the time. And maybe you've struggled with, I can't overcome certain problems and difficulties. And we all felt that tension, hadn't we? We all felt that frustration at times. Here's another thing that bothered me in my life is that here I am, a preacher, Spirit-filled, love God, God loves me, but how am I going to help some other servant overcome a situation when I can't overcome it? I'm like, God, how can I help somebody else? And so today,